Greetings, folks, and welcome to today's show. Our guest today is Frad Rascoe, who is the Dean of Career and Technical Programs at Motlow, and in this case meaning the whole Motlow system that he heads on. So we want to talk some today about mechatronics, and that's not yet a household word. So Fred, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Certainly.
And, how about reminding the folks what mechatronics means anyway?
I can do that. First, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I always enjoy talking about the program and talking about Motlow and our program. Mechatronics is a way of looking at how technology is used today, really, and how it's designed. Mechatronics, you can imagine, comes from a blending of the word mechanics and electronics. The word actually was developed in the late 60s by a Japanese engineer as he looked at how systems go together. And it really took hold in the late 90s, first of 2000, on how systems are looked at, because everything you see today is a mechatronic system. It's got electronics, it's got a brain and a processor, it's got mechanical systems, so you can't have anything anymore without it being a system. I mean, even the stove that you have it's a mechatronic system.
Including my refrigerator, which isn't working at the moment. Yeah.
Exactly. They're all systems. Automatic teller machines. I mean, everything you interact with every day is a mechatronic system. So it's vital to be able to teach students and people about it.
It was kind of interesting to me when I first heard about it that you're working with a program that was actually developed by a German engineering firm, Siemens.
Yes, exactly. Siemens Technical Academy, really to be specific, saw the need to develop a uniform, consistent way to instruct in mechatronic systems. And so they're the ones that it's a 4-year institution in Berlin, by the way, and how they developed this pedagogy on systems approach is what they call it, where you teach all the theory in the classroom, but then you have a system and do hands-on, and the way you teach it isn't just strictly teach electronics and then teach mechanics, but you teach how the systems work together and how they interact and in everything, and how they touch each other.
And you do that on the actual equipment.
We do that on the actual equipment. That's exactly right.
Training system. Okay. Well, with that, folks, we need to take a short commercial break, and we'll come back and go some more.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday Miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Mike Winton, and I'm running for State Senate for the 16th District of Tennessee. Raised by a single mother who worked multiple jobs to raise our family, I understand the value of hard work and the obstacles met by many members of this district. Because of this, I'm committed to ensuring that you have access to education and health care. Whether I'm on a mission trip or running my business, I always remember it's about our witness and not about me. Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
This ad paid for by the candidate.
I see a train a-coming, it's rolling up the track, and it looks like that train's loaded with a real good Democrat. Mike's headed up to Nashville, that's where we need him to be. And if we all vote for Winton, we'll finally have a state senator who really represents you and me.
Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
We're back, folks, and we're talking with Frad Rascoe today. who is the head of career and technical curriculums for the whole Motlow system, if you will. And we're talking about mechatronics specifically, and as he explained to you briefly, we'll find out more as we go along. I wanted to ask, I know you've got a mechatronics program in 4 or 5 places, McMinnville, Fayetteville, Smyrna, now Laverne. You don't have one at the main campus.
No, we don't.
How come?
Well, it's interesting. We first started in McMinnville, and that's been an interesting question. I've been asked that before. And the issue is the industries came to Motlow in McMinnville, and they asked for it. And not only did they ask for it, they said, we need it so badly that we're willing to, help raise money to build the program here. And so through Todd Herzog and the BRAC in Warren County, a business roundtable, actually it's a consortium of businesses in industry, they raised over $160,000. This is back in 2009, 2008 time frame, where it was tough. If you remember the economy back then, it was tough. But they raised over $160,000, and Motlow matched that. And so with that, we had over $300,000. But then the government of Warren County said, the Industrial Development Board said, if you raise that, I will go for a matching grant, and they got $250,000 more because of industry starting all this. And so we started with the seed money of over $550,000 to start it in McMinnville. And that's why it actually started there, because of the need of the businesses and the interaction and the involvement of the businesses. And from there, we expanded up into Rutherford County, up in that area, both at Bridgestone, our Bridgestone facility, and in our Smyrna facility, expanded up into there. And then recently, we've been asked to expand into Fayetteville through the businesses down there. There's some wonderful businesses down there that have really come to us and said, we need you to have this down here as well. And
as of this sitting, you have not had such a demand out of Tullahoma or Moore County.
No, well, the businesses of Tullahoma and Moore County haven't come to me and said we need. I've talked to some businesses, but the demand for the program to be on our Moore County campus is not as great as the demand that came from Fayetteville, Smyrna, and McMinnville.
And nobody's offered you a pot of money.
No, I guess not.
Huh?
I guess not. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we know that. I'm kind of surprised that I don't understand exactly why that's true, but I'm going to poke around and see if I can get a little better handle on that. I want to ask you, well, now that you've got all these going, what are your projected graduation rates in relation to the amount of demand you're hearing from industry for the jobs?
Well, there's more positions in industry than we can supply right now. Our graduates, our 2-year degree graduates, are 100%. They actually have positions pretty much before they actually graduate. They get recruited, prior to graduation. In fact, we're building more and more internships so that companies have a vested interest in this person. So when they do graduate, they go and go work for that company. That's a wonderful program. The 2-year, we have over 90% placement in our level 1 or our basic certificate as well. And we have a lot of our level 1s actually want to go on to get their level 2 or get their 2-year degree as well.
Yeah. Level 1 and then level 2 is what you get at the community college level.
And level, yes.
Now we've got a program at that MTSU has started for a 4-year mechatronics, degree in mechatronics.
That's exactly right. And I can't impress upon the folks about the opportunity that we have here in Middle Tennessee in mechatronics for a student wishing to get into technology. You can come in, get a level 1, and go out and work in industrial maintenance or some similar position, or you can decide to take what you've learned, apply it to your level 2, and go out and work as an engineering tech and help with design and line install, help with development. Or you can take that and go on to MTSU. We have an agreement with them, an articulation agreement. It's a wonderful agreement so that they can go on and get a mechatronics engineering, a true engineering degree at MTSU. We have several students doing that. And I was up there recently and I've seen some of our students in the design classes. And it's wonderful to see your students progress.
Yeah, very good. So you still got jobs that are unfilled. I know back in February, Dr. Candace McQueen, the commissioner for education for Tennessee, and she was having some sort of a program at that time, but you may have been there. But she brought up the fact that we still have, there are a lot more jobs than there are qualified applicants.
Right.
So the jobs going unfilled, and meanwhile we got people unemployed, but they can't qualify for the right job.
That's the big issue.
Yeah, so, and she pointed out that Tennessee was actually below the national average in having technical skilled people. And she says we're losing companies. They won't come in because we don't have the trained people available. And so we're losing jobs and losing companies and losing jobs both. And she pointed out that, we bring in the subject of STEM, which relates certainly to mechatronics, but it's STEM being science, technology, engineering, and math. And now we're beginning to develop the introduction of that at the elementary school level, coming right on through. And I guess that feeds in well into the mechatronics program, the training the STEM provides? It
does. It gives them a great background into the math and science, if you will, behind mechatronics. One of the issues that people have is I have to know math and I have to know science. And one thing that mechatronics and the way that we teach it is we give them an application for it. So you just don't come in and do a trigonometry problem, or you just don't do an algebra problem. You learn how to apply algebra and how to apply a trig into solving problems. And so once you see an application and, oh, that's why I did that, or that's why I need to learn that, they can see the application, whether it's in electronics or math or mechanics or in computer science. They can see that, and then they get a much better interest and understanding of it. And so I really like how we use that. We teach them all that when they come into level 1. We can give them that understanding of the application of it. So we teach it and then we apply it.
Hands-on.
Yeah, that is exactly right. That's the hands-on part. Okay,
and STEM programs are they're sort of busting out all over. We've got and that's a good thing. And so with that, folks, we need to take a short commercial break, and we'll come back and go some more.
Trucks, and more trucks. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have your next truck. From the Ford F-Series, the Ram, Chevrolet, or the GMC, then look no further than the Russell Barnett family. With over 350 new and pre-owned trucks to choose from, now is the time to buy. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, Ford of Winchester, and Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Why buy anywhere else?
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Industry. Okay.
We're back, folks, today, and we're talking with Fred Rascoe, who is the Dean of Career and Technical Programs in the Motlow College system. So he covers all of the systems, the one here at Moore County, and there's one at Fayetteville, one at McMinnville, which is where it started, and now they're spreading pretty heavily in the Smyrna, Laverne area. So, and we talked a little bit about how the STEM program, which is now being pushed very heavily, teaching, starting even at the elementary level, in science, technology, engineering, and math. And so that feeds right into the mechatronics program. And now you've got the, I didn't realize there are 3 levels so far of mechatronics training, and level 1, in addition to being available at the community college, is now being taught in some high schools.
It is.
Right?
It is. What is being taught in the high schools is the same exact program that's taught at Motlow. In fact, it's dual enrollment. We have 2 high schools, Oakland High School in Rutherford County and Warren County High School, that have equipment on site, and they're teaching dual enrollment courses. They're our courses, but they get dual credit for them from high school. But the instructors there, the instructors are certified mechatronic instructors, and they can teach. Certainly certified to teach college-level mechatronics courses, and the curriculum they use is identical. It's what was developed by Motlow, what we developed.
Okay.
So when they graduate, not only can they graduate and get a diploma from high school, they actually have their level 1 certificate in mechatronics.
Right.
Then they can go off and they've got that in their hand, and they can go off and go right into the workplace.
Okay, or they go on to the community college for level 2, and that's an associate's degree of some sort
in mechatronics technology.
Right. And now, I don't know, I think this is fairly new, MTSU has developed a 4-year mechatronics program, so you actually effectively get an engineering degree in mechatronics.
It is an engineering degree in mechatronics, and it is. They are a partner with Siemens Technical Academy as well as we are. So the graduates of Middle Tennessee State University in mechatronics can get a level 3 mechatronics engineering degree, and so. Again, in this area, this is the only area in the country that affords a student that opportunity to come in at any level and exit at any level and progress all the way through the ranks, however far they want to go. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity.
Talk to the folks a little bit about your demand, and if you could put it at the 3 different levels, okay. If you can't anyway, but I think I wanted to give the folks a feel for how much industry demand you have for your people, as opposed to the numbers that you're able to supply.
Right. The industry demand is enormous, and there's 2 reasons for that. Maybe there's more, but there's 2 primary reasons. One is the baby boomers are retiring. My age and people, of my era, if you will, are fast approaching retirement age, and that's quite a considerable sum of people. And we need people to replace those, and we need people that are qualified. The second thing is the technology is changing so rapidly that people need to have newer skills and more technical skills. And so the jobs are there, but you have to have a certain skill set in order to get that job. And that's what we teach them. So there are enormous, from the basic certificate to the 2-year degree to the 4-year degree. There was a report out just a month ago that said that mechatronics engineers are the highest salaried engineers on average coming out of school now. It's over $80,000 a year for a 4-year mechatronic engineering degree. That's higher than any other discipline now. It is, and that really permeates or goes down to the level 2 or the 2-year degree, and even the certificate. You can make a very good wage with just getting a certificate and going out, and then getting a 2-year degree. You can have a career and really support your families, and that's what a lot of non-traditional students are doing. They see that opportunity, they come in to get that, and so they can have a really good career.
The guys have already been out in the work field, and they're recognizing that they're limited, that they need to do something better.
That and that's what's needed today. You need a very good skill set, and that's exactly what we offer them, an opportunity to come in and learn a very good skill set to make a very good wage.
All right. And I raised some curiosity in my own mind about, with STEM going on all over the place, the countryside these days, and how does that feed into the mechatronics programs? And so you're saying that's very worthwhile, but if they don't have that at the down at the school level, you teach them that, and that's true at the high school level as well. I guess,
Exactly. It's not required that you have a lot of math and science behind you to get into our program. We in our level 1 program, we teach that to you. That's actually part of the pedagogy, part of the way that we teach, and that's the application that we have, that we do. So it's good to know, to understand it, but we teach it to you.
Yeah. Well, okay, and you've got, I think you mentioned, you've got a developed curriculum, so if they take it at the high school level, that's the same curriculum they would use if they waited until the community college level.
Exactly. So it's exactly
by starting in high school, you could just move along faster. Farther and faster. Okay, and I understand the program at MTSU is, as of this sitting, one of the few in the world.
It is.
Certainly in the U.S.
It is, and very much needed. And they started that because of industry demand as well, coming in. So we need mechatronic engineers. There's a dire need for mechatronic technicians, engineering techs, mechatronic engineers, because like I mentioned right in the beginning, there's not a system out there that's not just an electronic system anymore. Every product and every process making products is a mechatronic system, and you need to know what they are.
So you've got a demand in Tennessee,
very much,
for the MTSU graduates that that come out, and I expect that most of that demand probably is located up in the Smyrna, Laverne area, huh?
The demand is actually all over. I mean, if you take a look at it from Huntsville all the way up to southern Kentucky, and then the corridor is so wide through here. We have certainly automotive is and Tier 1 and Tier 2 is very vital, but we have all many different industries, from food processing to appliance manufacturing to construction equipment manufacturing. It's all over, and they all use cosmetics.
Very high tech,
yes.
Right. So, well, guess what, folks? We have run out of time. So I hope we have given you the benefit of a little information that will be useful. And let's take a short commercial break and we'll wrap up.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Employees. We're back, folks, and we're talking today with Frad Rascoe, who is the Dean of Career and Technical Programs for the Motlow system, and he's been bringing us up to date on mechatronics. Fred, is there a little blurb you'd like to say direct to the folks out there?
Well, first and foremost, I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show and to talk about mechatronics, about our mechatronic program. We've got over 300 in the program now. It started with 12 back in 2010, and it's still growing. And we just opened our Fayetteville facility, and I'd just like to let you know it is there. We are going to certainly have our level 2 down there, and so anybody in this area that wants to research a really good career path that has a very good wage and a great opportunity, please, contact us, and we can, give you what you need as far as information on how to apply and
steer you in the right direction.
And steer you in the right direction. Yeah. That's right.
Okay, and I want to thank you, Fred, for taking time to join us, and I'm glad for the opportunity to try to familiarize you folks out there with the need for technical skills, which we need more than we can provide in Tullahoma or in the whole area, Middle Tennessee area. So thank you, Fred, for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you, folks, for inviting you into your parlor, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.